have to remain the biggest in town. I have to. Welcome to another edition of Crumb Buzz. Apologize for those a week delay. Didn't even know right after we announced that we're doing these every Sunday. We got into the Memorial Day weekend, so there was no way I was making one of these fucking episodes on a weekend like Memorial Day weekend. There's no way I'm talking about these niggas for vacation weekend, you feel me? So you guys had to wait, alright? But we're gonna talk about them today, alright?
Well, keep this shit like Pele. I run the bread like a relay. I move this shit like a sensei. Damn, I move this shit like a sensei. Sensei, yeah, sensei, yeah. Sensei, yeah, sensei.
Yeah, alright. New up-and-comer, GameStar. New Crumb side up-and-comer. This is long-time Iron Wolf gamer contributor. I believe his, I forget the name of his podcast. I think it's like Supersonic Wolf Podcast, Iron Wolf Podcast, some bullshit like that. I was supposed to be on his podcast a long time ago, but things never happened. Oh well, those are things back in the day. My boy Iron Wolf has been accused of being a wife beater. Now I'm not sure if this is the picture of this man, cause if this is him, yo, you look hilarious. But if it's not him, I don't really know why he used this thumbnail. But claims in the video that my man has been beating his wife. Doesn't work. Alright, he's out here making YouTube videos. He got kids to support. He ain't supporting. Roll the clip, baby. Gotta be.
Yo, this dude, Iron Wolf, aka Supersonic Wolf, never fails to surprise me. Not that he can't afford his own games, people, but this man also puts hands on his wife. The same wife that he has 2 children by. Maybe he decided to hit his woman because apparently maybe she couldn't afford games, or maybe she thought it would be more important to spend that money on diapers than it would be on video games. Because, you know, everybody know Iron Wolf just lay his lazy ass babysitting the children while his woman is actually going out there working for herself. Because we already know this man is a despicable piece of shit. Not that he just takes advantage of people, but he also takes advantage of his girlfriend. This nigga is a disgrace to humanity.
It just gets crummier, alright? And as you know, in the Crumb side, we accept all newcomers, alright? Shout outs to GameStar. By the way, GameStar is one ugly nigga, goddamn. But anyway, that's not here or there. Had to. And shout outs to everybody who's been supporting the show since launch. Who knew that people would love crummy news so much? I didn't. Now, Weapon Wheel Podcast, of course, the Weapon Wheel gets mentioned almost on a weekly basis, but, you know, it's really because, you know, we're still in the transition of Hard8's leaving the Weapon Wheel Podcast, but that is done, alright? And the big boss himself continues to complain about its current viewership. Now, if you guys look at here, these stats, you see that each week their shows have been getting less views. My boy BG got a lot of flack for this. My boy BG got tons of flack because he went out and said that this was somehow a dislike bot that's doing this. I believe it was BG who said this shit. But everyone clowned him after this. Alright? Dislike bots, unview bots, people. To my recollection, alright, there aren't any bots that can decrease the views of your videos. You feel me? So BG, you gonna have to go back to the drawing boards and kind of work stuff out, cause that shit is improper, my boy. Now Puerto Rock, alright, the community's old man, he came out to say and pointed out some stats from last year's WWP stats, almost exactly the same, alright. These men have grown very minimal, but it goes to show that views fluster, okay? Some weeks you have good views, some weeks you have bad news, and some weeks you have good views, some weeks you have bad views, alright? It all depends on what you're talking about and the topic, and personally how entertaining the show has gotten. If the show has gotten stale that might be why you getting less views. If it's not getting stale, it's probably because of just your news content that you're talking about. Don't worry, BG, man. You gonna be alright, man. You still gonna get that check, alright, to pay your goddamn Netflix electricity bill, you piece of shit. Oh, it's in my blood. It's in my blood, man. Hey, man, my new single out, by the way, man. Got a mixtape coming out very soon, man. My new single, SENSEI, on YouTube right now, alright? SoundCloud right now. Okay, link below for the YouTube video. Is amazing, alright? It's like a mini music video. Gotta have to. Anyways. Hard8's podcast, okay? Any Given Sunday. Very original, Hard8. Any Given Sunday has finally launched to the fans. For some of you who don't know, Hard8 put kind of like a hold on his podcast, telling people that he will not start the podcast until he has received over the limit of $500 in his Patreon to actually do the podcast, all right? And he did reach that goal, all right? Just for a slad bit, Hard8 was making more money than every member of the WWP, but it didn't last too long. After just a few days and the launch of the first episode of Any Given Snooze Fest, the fans retaliated. Mixed reviews from Hard8's new podcast. I personally only watched it for maybe 5 minutes, but I was trying to be a little optimistic. I was saying, you know, GB, maybe it's because you didn't make the live show. You know, it's more entertaining if I'm there live. Am I right? You know, I'm engaging with everyone. I'm talking shit, and I'm with the people. Maybe that's why it wasn't entertaining to me. But from what I've been hearing from other folks, it's not that entertaining. And the cast is full of a bunch of nobodies. Really, the only person I recognize in the cast was Hard8. Now, Hard8, I think where you fucked up at is, I'm guessing these are reputable YouTubers that all have their own kind of fan base, but nobody knows them within, you know, the circle. You feel me? It's probably why it flopped. And what's even funnier is that it had a whopping 97 patrons when it was at 700, alright? By the time it reached to 300, by the way, my man lost more than half the money that was put up, alright, within 2-3 days, okay? When it was gone, you notice that the patrons lowered from 97 to 85, okay? Are you telling me that 12 people contributed to more than half the money that was up there? His biggest supporters said, fuck that podcast. His biggest supporters. Gotta have to not want him, man. Alright, Hard8, it might be time to kind of recoup and get some shit together. Maybe this was a stump. Maybe his Patreon will grow once again. But then again, maybe the Patreon, and now it brings me to a new discussion, right? Maybe we can engage, and maybe me and the fans can have a little discussion about this in the comment section below. But do you guys feel that the Patreon model might be dying in its own? There's niggas that got a hard enough time trying to pay their Netflix monthly bill, and that shit is accessible 24/7. All right, you want me to pay $7 to listen to a group of men 4 times a month, 4 hours a month? B, come on, man. Think of the logistics. All right, that Patreon model would never click for me. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a new way to monetize people. All right, we're gonna come up with it eventually. Gotta have to not want to. Hard8, man, keep your head up, baby. Maybe you should have put the biggest in town. That shit would have been 1,000 in the Patreon. So even though Hard8 lost most, so even though the podcast isn't at 500 right now, Hard8 has decided to continue Any Given Sunday as scheduled. Now, people, that's about the crummiest news we have for you today. My camera's at 13 minutes. All right, I've been talking to you fools for way too long. Okay, SENSEI is out, man. Damn. I've been playing SENSEI throughout this whole episode, man. Goddamn, my goddamn camera's on fire. Alright, go stream SENSEI. Okay, got a mixtape, EP coming soon. Alright, coming real soon. And the cover for that gonna be official, man. Gonna be real official. I'm announcing new music channel very soon. I might upload my entire mixtape on that new channel, so stay tuned for the announcement. I gotta be the biggest in town. I have to. Okay. All right. I gotta. See you next week.
Never take your eyes off your opponent, even when you bow.
Never. Damn. Whoa. Sensei. Sensei.
Beat, bitch.
Whoa. Keep this shit like Pele. I run the bread like a relay. I move this shit like a sensei. Damn. I move this shit like a sensei. Sensei, yeah. 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 I run this shit like a relay. I'm an NC with the relay.
Yo, this dude Iron Wolf, aka Supersonic Wolf, never fails to surprise me. Not that he can't afford his own games, people, but this man also puts hands on his wife. The same wife that he has 2 children by. Maybe he decided to hit his woman because apparently maybe she couldn't afford games, or maybe she thought it would be more important to spend that money on diapers than it would be on video games. Because, you know, everybody know Iron Wolf just slay his lazy ass babysitting the children while his woman is actually going out there working for herself. Because we already know this man is a despicable piece of shit. Not that he just takes advantage of people, but he also takes advantage of his girlfriend. This nigga is a disgrace to humanity. Like, I can't believe, man, and we're just gonna keep this man's name anonymous, right? But this man is a fucking white beater. Yeah, he acts all tough like he would put his hands on any man if he had that opportunity. Nigga, you ain't gonna do shit. Sit your little bald-headed terrorist ass down, nigga. You probably the same dude that probably put a satchel charge in your baby's diapers. Relax, my nigga. You ain't gonna do shit to me. So you better keep putting your hands on the woman, because we know damn well you wouldn't lay a finger on me, nigga. I had that shit snapped in half like a butterfinger, nigga. What's wrong with you? But a wife beater? Damn.